Hello, and welcome to the About Healing podcast, a show created for those on or awakening into their spiritual journeys, and who are ready, wanting, and learning how to heal themselves. I am your host, About Healing medium and certified spiritual healer, Sheree Buckman. It is my purpose to guide others to the path of self-healing and to inspire those on their spiritual journeys in finding their truths. Join me as I share my experience and unfiltered perspective in healing, as well as the incredible wisdom of the loving energy that guides us. Let's begin. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of About Healing podcast. Hello to my Miss Copper.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's a great day. And I will say this because, and this is important that I announce it because everybody should be doing this for themselves. Today, I get to have a fantastic day of self-care. Not only did I get to, but I have made it a point to give myself 24 hours of me time. And while I know sometimes that a lot of people can't do that for themselves, but the point is that I am taking that time without guilt, open conversation with hubby. Luckily, he's like, I don't care what you do. I'm like, yay, that I get to go take time for myself. So I am checking in. I'm checking into the JW, everybody. This is the place where the amazing retreat is being held, where Copper and I will be in almost 6 months from now.
Just shy of 6 months from now. Yeah. I better start shopping for that flight.
Go find the
Go
deals.
Get the deal. Yeah.
Hey, anybody, right. Hey, anybody listening, if you know a great way to find deals and flights, please email us abouthealingpodcast@gmail.com and give Copper some tips. But of course, this also leads, my fantastic self-care, this timing. Look at this divine synchronistic explanation here. But amazing announcement, everybody. Again, I'm all filled with these mixed emotions about this. It's exciting. I mean, I'm about to bring something into the world, but also in that anticipation of also, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that.
I don't know. Usually I know. Like, how dare I not know what you're thinking, what you're feeling?
I know. Tap into that empath. Come on now. No, I just mean there's that part of me that this is also my baby. And as we open registration this Friday, everybody, this Friday, October 20th, is exactly 6 months until the big, beautiful About Healing retreat. Again, a day full of light workers and soul wellness and bringing a network of these beautiful light beings together just to heal ourselves, support each other, and to continue to do this beautiful work that we do, which is loving harder, inspiring healing, and raising the vibration of this planet, that collective consciousness. And so I just wanted to put out there. So Friday, get ready, because we are starting with early bird registration. We are offering the biggest discount you can get for this event, starting with our opening day on October 20th. So if you are really looking forward to going, but you're looking to save, we are telling you now and giving the cheat information that early bird registration will be the cheapest it will ever be. Anyway, I think that mix of emotion is kind of like, this is my baby, and how are people going to perceive it? Like, I hope they love it and they're looking forward to it and not looking at it, or treating it, I don't know, kind of like you do with your children. You just want it to be successful and you want it to be loving. It's that kind of, I guess, feeling underneath.
And much like our children, it will be fantastic.
Of course, they all are. They're perfect. And it's going to draw to them, just like the children, like I tell my children for this event, we're going to draw the ones that are meant to be a part of the experience. We're not meant to please everybody. Well, let's roll into today's topic. We've taken a few weeks and now we're getting back into our chakra series, and now we're dropping into our 5th chakra. This is the throat chakra, everybody. We're going into the throat chakra. This is, again, 5th of the 7th, okay? 5th of the 7th of our main chakras, and this is located at the base of the throat. This chakra is about our ability to communicate, to speak and live in our truths, and our self-expression in all forms. As I mentioned in the heart chakra, the upper chakras are more about our connection to the divine, right? Because our lower ones are more about our base and human needs, right? Those survival, safety. So in the case of the throat chakra, this is about our soul's expression. So when we're talking about, finding and living in our truths, this is the soul's expression. That is where our deepest truths lie. This energy center offers true magic in creating your reality by speaking all your wants and desires, essentially your entire world, into existence. Finding your inner truth is the first step in speaking and living in it. Your deepest truths and soul desires are usually brought into full awareness during a spiritual awakening. So we've been into that. That was all of last season. We spoke spiritual awakening, right? That is spiritual awakening. So again, if you are just going in or just listening to the chakra series, the spiritual awakening is a process of unbecoming who you think you should be to who you really are. It is about aligning with your soul self, letting go of that ego-based consciousness and start living in the awakened consciousness. So this system usually develops, and from the research I did, by the way, I've seen it go in all different ways, but this is what I feel is the truth of alignment here. But the system fully develops between 28 and 35 years old. And this is usually when most people are learning their truth and their opinions, or not really learning it, but they're aligning and separating the need to please others and forming and staying in their own. So the color of this chakra is blue. And so it is often, not only is it blue, and which is again, the most common just description of it is blue, but it is often described as light blue or like a turquoise blue. So you see it kind of sometimes in the lighter shades of blue. The mantra for this is I speak, and its element is air and ether. Throat chakra for astrology, it is associated with the zodiac sign Gemini, and its planet is Mercury. And its cardinal direction is east. So let's move into the body parts associated with this chakra. So in the physical part, so you can imagine, we're talking throat chakra. So we're going to stay, it is within this region. So we're talking about the throat and the neck. This includes the vocal cords, the trachea, thyroid, going into the mouth, the tongue, lips, cheeks, jaw, parts of your upper back, and shoulder muscles. Now going into the glands, this would be associated with your thyroid and parathyroid. So to understand that these are two primary hormones that regulate how your body uses energy for our growth and development. So these are very important hormones. So again, it is associated to a lot of these really important physical parts, right? And so we're talking about speaking and living in our truth. You can see, again, the importance of this association right in here, throat. So as always, I like to go into, we're going to peel it off into the illnesses first. So while we suppress our truth and we're not speaking ourselves, which means now we're kind of holding in all of our thoughts and all of our emotions. Again, we know from all the previous episodes that we've talked about, especially within these chakras, it creates a lot of damage. And when it does that, when I talk about damage, it starts to manifest and create ailments and illnesses. And a lot of these are going to start associating with disorders or issues, right? We're going to start with the throat and jaw, as a small list of things, okay? There are so many more, but I'm just going to give you a few things that are associated here. Now we're talking about tonsillitis, thyroid issues of the esophagus, your jaw area, so like TMJ and lockjaw are all associated here as illnesses. And we also go into issues of the ears, and this would include things like hearing loss, chronic ear infections, tinnitus, fluid from the ear, things like that. And then we go to the nose. So now we're talking sinuses, allergies, hay fever, deviated septums, loss of taste and smell. And then we go to the voice and mouth. Okay. These are all those issues stemming from there too. So we're talking laryngitis, issues with the vocal cord, speech delays, teeth, gums, cold sores, anything associated in there. It also includes cancers and chronic disorders of all of these regions. Like I said, as we are moving up, some of the issues can get extremely inflamed and they're larger issues. It can go into that. On the psychological and emotional side, and I have to list these here too, because some of these, even though they're not illnesses per se, but it can lead to indecisiveness, which are emotional issues of decision making. Some people, they are stunted in making their own decisions and truly can live their life not making one decision, just allowing others to do it. I mean, and this is more than just what do you want for dinner and then the banter back and forth because no one can make a decision, right? But this is more than that. These are people that easily would rather be in a controlling relationship for someone to make all the decisions for them because they are afraid of their voice and cannot make a decision in that. And also lack of personal and creative expression. And this is also can be very, I guess, I want to say the only word that comes up for this, like emotionally damaging, because we need to have an outlet of some form. Again, you don't have to be a masterful artist of any or be able to sing on a stage, but having an outlet of some sort is huge. It is allowing you to take what's inside and get it out. Too much inside, remember, creates that chaotic overload, creates, again, that chaos around you and your life. So let's go into the chakra health. So yes, we talked about the illnesses and they're always very sad, very scary sometimes. But let's get into what a healthy chakra looks like, the healthy throat chakra. So when this chakra is moving in its perfect speed, in its clockwise motion, and its brilliant, beautiful blues, those with a balanced throat chakra are healthy and authentic communicators. They are able to express themselves fully, speaking their truth and their knowledge, and are very confident in having difficult conversations with tact. They understand others and allow space for them to speak and can understand and respect the perspective of others. They stand up for themselves, communicating their thoughts, ideas, and opinions with respect, while also able to communicate disagreements very well. They listen to their inner voice and trust their intuition. So let's break down the blocked chakra. So again, we're going to start with the underactive chakra. The underactive throat chakra, that is when it is slowing down, right? It's not getting enough energy. It's kind of almost like it's the chakra suffocating itself. So think of it like an ungreased wheel that is taking on a lot of debris and it's not being able to move in its full function in that rotating manner. That's kind of like an underactive chakra. And someone with an underactive throat chakra, these are some of the characteristics or some of the side effects. They include, but not limited to, someone being very shy. So the shyness and having a small voice, which is suppressing their inner truth. Those extremely fearful of being judged, so who will not speak up or raise their hand or express themselves in any way. Also, nervousness is a side effect in here, and being very timid. Being an introvert is also a side effect of a closed underactive throat chakra, and not being honest with yourself. Now, on the other side of that is an overactive chakra. Now, too much energy is flowing through and it is spinning more out of control, faster than it should. And in this, a person would, all possible side effects of this is unwilling to accept criticism, having a lack of control over speech. And that would include, but not limited to, excess talking, speaking over others, having a tendency to interrupt. Copper, don't look at me. I feel her eyes on me already. Also, habitual lying. Someone who just lies over everything and anything, even without necessary reason to do so. Gossiping. Being over opinionated. Being highly critical of yourself and to others. The inability to listen can also lead, this overactive chakra can also lead to overeating, jaw clenching, and teeth grinding. So yes, as you can tell, I wanted to put it out there. We all have some imbalances within our chakras. First of all, and I'm going to repeat this again because I believe I said it in one of the earlier chakra episodes. If you are finding that you have some tendencies and you see it that is an overactive or underactive and it's not perfectly balanced, do not feel shame over that. And don't feel that, oh my gosh, what if someone knew that my chakras were not balanced? Oh my goodness. Again, I am someone that is very aware and mine are not super balanced. But again, that awareness of coming in and doing the work. And while I have worked very, very hard on this chakra personally, because there was a time where I couldn't even align or begin to speak in what I truly believed or how I felt. And I see and am completely honest. And while, again, now I can, come on, I have a podcast speaking my truth. Like, this is big. Obviously, I've worked really hard on it, but it's still not perfectly balanced because, like I just said with copper, I have a tendency to overtalk sometimes leading to cause to talk over people, but I'm extremely aware of it. And that's okay, because I can't fix it unless I am honest with myself and stopping myself for a moment and to become also a very good listener. While I have good listening skills, sometimes I get excited. I get too excited, and then I squash other people and their thoughts. And so it's for me to take a step back, and I take accountability for that. So I wanted people to hear that I can be honest in a public forum and say that. And so you should not be afraid to admit that. It's okay. We all have these things. We all have tendencies that are not super healthy or balanced. And that's okay. Again, that awareness, suppressing your truth and not allowing yourself to seek it creates a vortex of chaotic energy that does not support your natural vibration. Hence, that's why the chaos. You are working harder to be someone you are not, and this extended effort would also make you feel drained, depressed, and anxious. This is very similar to what I described in our last episode, the empath, as that chameleon disguise. We're using excess energy to be something we're not. Obviously, that's draining. And a part of this process is releasing guilt and shame, offering yourself forgiveness, and space to grow into your own natural frequency. So, and honestly, it just comes to mind. We've heard it's very classic where people have a midlife crisis. Usually it has to do with this, with the throat chakra, because you have not been living or acting or speaking or, anything associated to what you truly want to do, be, live, all of it. And so it creates, there it is, that vortex, right? I talked about vortex of creative energy, and it just explodes. You explode. And it's going back into finding yourself again. So before we get into that crazy explosion, let's become a little bit more self-aware, right? A little bit more self-aware and do some work into healing ourselves. So let's talk about those healing tools. So these are the healing tools, again, I've put up for the throat chakra. And can you believe? Shocker. We're going to start with the color blue. Like it is. It's wearing more blue and wearing it with intention. It's deciding I want to support myself in my throat chakra and finding and speaking my truth and listening and all the things with our communication and self-expression. It's running blue light through the meditation and visualizing that blue healthy chakra wheel. Okay. You can do this just closing your eyes. You can do it in full meditation mode, however you feel. So some of the crystals associated with the throat chakra that will assist you in boosting that and aligning with that chakra is aquamarine. By the way, this is fantastic and is really good for personal courage. Then we have lapis lazuli. I'm sorry, I always say that word incorrectly, so in my mind, so I struggle saying it out loud. So I apologize if I mispronounced it again to all of you crystal people out there, but you know what I mean. And then we go into sodalite, blue lace agate, angelite. These are all great in assisting you with the throat chakra. And with that, you can just carry them in your pocket, sleep with them under your pillow. You can lay in full meditation and just lay it there on the crook of your throat and the neck. Just think of it right there between the neck and the collarbone, right in there. It's a great place to put it and just lay with it. Now, there are, of course, a lot of exercises and other things that you can do to strengthen this chakra, either to slow it down or to bring it back up. Some yoga exercises. Again, you want to look them up yourself, but a couple of them are cat-cow, lion's breath, and plow pose are really good to assist here. Neck stretches. If you sit here and you're doing neck stretches, moving your head side to side and holding that down, this is really good for that chakra. I also read something that was new. It's called toning. Toning is using the vibrations of our voice to heal. Not only will this heal and work with the chakra itself, but it is said to be extremely powerful to heal your body. So do more research on that if you're drawn to that anyway. I found it very fascinating. Deep breathing is really good. Singing and humming. Again, using those vocal cords. using some of those mantras. I believe the verbal mantra associated to this is ham, I believe, for this one. I feel like don't hold me accountable for that because I'm going off of memory here. So please don't send me an email and say, you did that wrong. I'm sorry. Do the research, guys. You got to go in and do some yourself. And journaling your suppressed thoughts. Journaling would also be very, very good here because that is also a creative form of expression, is journaling. So even if you don't want to speak it or sing or hum, journaling and getting those thoughts out, getting your own personal thoughts, letting it out. So for those who love aromatherapy, if you have your diffusers out there or like to use the essential oils, the oils here that assist with this is frankincense, rosemary, and eucalyptus foods. So a lot, of course, we'll go with blue natural foods, which has kind of been the theme with the other chakras, but this one changes a little bit. So of course, we're going to go with like blueberries and plums, but now we're going to go with throat soothers are really good for the chakra. So now we're talking honey, coconut water, lemon, and other tart fruits will assist with this chakra. And for all of my people out there who are into herbal teas or just, well, there's other herbs and I didn't list them, but these are for the herbal teas. Green teas, lemongrass, ginger, and chamomile are throat chakra supporters. And so one of my favorite parts is to talk about the affirmations. Again, these affirmations, sometimes fake it till you make it and say these out loud. I am free to be me. I speak up for myself. Being honest frees me. My voice matters. I am a patient and active listener. As we begin to wrap up this episode, I just wanted to explain for a moment that whether you were denied your freedom of expression when you were young, with the beliefs that children should be seen, not heard, or you should never argue or challenge the belief of others or elders, right? Or if you're bringing past life trauma of punishment or even death for speaking up, because a lot of us bring that into, I want you to know that you are in a time and place where you are safe to do so. Your soul chose to experience all the circumstances in which you have endured, to build the strength and courage to align with your soul self, and to live it, speak it, and creatively express it in all ways. Aligning with your truth is a practice of identifying what feels right to you. Leave behind the false beliefs. It's the teachings that do not agree with your soul. Having awareness of your personal power is like finding the sword in the stone, like the King Arthur story. But it is true courage to tap into the honest place of your deepest knowings and truths. But you create real magic when you express yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, beliefs, wants, and needs, to manifest it in bringing your desires into reality. Until next time, you truly beautiful souls, be kind to yourself. With so much love and gratitude, I want to thank you for listening to this week's episode. My hope today is that the message continues to guide you along your path to healing. To learn more about me and my purposeful work, visit my website at abouthealingmedium.com. You can also follow About Healing Medium on Facebook and Instagram, where you can find the episode's healing guidance, quotes, tips, insights, and chances to win free stuff. To ask a question or to share comments, email me at abouthealingpodcast@gmail.com, or feel free to reach me on Facebook and Instagram at About Healing Medium. Until next time, be kind to yourself.